Jesus saith to him, Lovest thou me? He saith unto him, Yea, Lord, thou knowest that I love thee. Jesus said, Feed my sheep.
Feeding His Sheep Ministries began in 2004 as our family was led by God to work in full-time missions for the purpose of furthering the gospel of Jesus Christ and ministering to and with pastors and churches throughout the country of Mexico. The calling is to lead, strengthen, and equip the body of Christ. Therefore, our purpose is not to pastor Mexican churches, but to help national pastors grow their church.
We stand and lift up our hands, for the joy of the Lord is our strength. We bow down and worship Him now. How great, how...
The desire is to live and work alongside pastors for the purpose of encouraging them, strengthening them through discipleship and training, and equipping them with the tangible resources that are necessary to develop their ministry and the ministry of their church.
Our adventure began in the city of Reynosa, located in the northern border state of Tamaulipas, Mexico, working alongside National Pastor Lamberto Zapata Sanchez and his congregation of Iglesia Bautista Bethesda Baptist Church. We covenanted to help grow the church both physically in number and spiritually in condition, equip the members for personal ministry, improve the physical condition of the church facility, and expose the congregation to missions with the goal of planting a new church. Knowing that the scriptures say that where there is no vision, the people will perish, we began with a vision campaign to discover what God's ideal was for His church there in the highly transitory city of Reynosa, a city of more than 1 million people. The goals of growth, discipleship, and unity were accomplished through much prayer and Bible study with Pastor Sanchez and his leadership, teaching and preaching, organizing conferences and revivals, and helping the church to plan evangelistic outreach events throughout the city and surrounding villages. God's vision for His church in Reynosa has become a reality, with a strong core of leadership standing in support of the pastor and administrating the affairs of the church well, multiple forms of community outreach from a highly mission-minded congregation, and the new church plant in the unreached village of Nuevo Tlaxcala.
In 2007, God saw fit to expand the borders of Feeding His Sheep Ministries as our family moved to Francisco Villa, a small town 80 miles south of Reynosa. Living and operating from what is known as the mission station, we began building new relationships with pastors and churches throughout the area. Staying true to our calling to lead, strengthen, and equip the body of Christ, we began seizing every opportunity to assist these pastors in what was needed to grow their ministry. For some, this meant preaching and teaching. For others, this meant the technology of film evangelism. Feeding His Sheep Ministries was also able to help plan and administrate summer camps for both children and youth. A resource center was established to provide a variety of materials to equip multiple churches and their ministries.
Over the years, our relationship with these various ministers developed into a network which now operates as the Ministry Alliance. This established alliance serves as a strength to the various pastors from Reynosa to San Fernando that together each one can help the other fulfill the Great Commission in their respective communities. While in Mexico, God has allowed us to share the good news of Jesus Christ in many diverse ways. Due to the favor we have found with the people, short-term missions has proven to be very effective. These teams come to Mexico in all ages and sizes, but they all come with one thing in common: the gift of availability, ready to be used by God. Feeding His Sheep has ministered alongside dozens of U.S. mission teams and hundreds of individuals, helping them to make the most of their foreign mission experience by matching their gifts and abilities with the pastors and churches with the greatest needs. As you can see, whether it is working side by side with the pastor and his church,
personal evangelism,
leadership or discipleship training,
planning a community outreach,
hosting U.S. mission teams,
or developing a ministry alliance to unite pastors.
Feeding His Sheep is a ministry growing the body of Christ in unique and diverse ways.
But we are not called to do it alone, nor are we able to.
We invite you to join us that together we will continue to preach the gospel of Jesus Christ to all nations,
to encourage and strengthen the church that it may be ready at the Lord's return,
and to equip the church and its leaders to continue the call and charge to go and make disciples of all nations.